Good day. The debt credit nexus and the dark side of financial inclusion. We've been discussing the origins of money, and now we want to look at the debt credit nexus and the dark side of the financial inclusion. Archaeological evidence from Sumer reveals that credit existed then 5,000 years ago. A credit system comprising tabs, even expense accounts, all manifested long before cash coinage ever did. Therefore, a discussion of money would be incomplete in the absence of credit, which arises from every sale and purchase, an exchange of a commodity for a credit. Therefore, one should not place in between a seller and purchaser, so-called medium of exchange, credit, and solely credit of itself is money. Every purchase and sale create a debtor and a creditor. By sale, a credit is obtained. By purchase, a debt is created. Purchases, therefore, are liquidated by sales. The goal of commercial enterprise in general is the accumulation of credits. A bank or financial intermediary centralizes the debts of society and offsets them against one another. Banks are the clearing houses of enterprises, society. In this context, money then becomes a recognition of the transaction that goods have been exchanged. So money, really, when you want to look at it, is a tally or a means of keeping score, a unit of account. It follows therefrom that only a credit can expunge a debt. Since debt is only expunged by another credit, it means that another person must be found to assume the debt. This is one of the real reasons for the call to include all those outside the financial system. However, financial inclusion has a dark side. This is so because debt is a weapon that is used or that can be used to subjugate, destroy the borrower. In India, following economic liberalization of 1991, from 1995 to 2010, about 320,000 farmers have committed suicide due to personal indebtedness to micro-lending institutions and money lenders. In other parts of the world, South Africa, Thailand, debt has also led to human trafficking to settle debts. Unfortunately, statistics are not easily obtainable for this problem in Africa. At the sovereign level, debt is also used as a weapon. France invaded Madagascar in 1895 and immediately imposed tribute to recover the costs of invasion, as well as to absorb the costs of constructing infrastructure, such as railroads and bridges, highways and plantations, to name a few. In Haiti, slaves revolted against their masters and defeated the armies of Napoleon Bonaparte when they were sent to try to re-enslave them again. Instead of admitting defeat, France called on its allies, including the United States, who imposed an embargo on Haiti, which would only be lifted upon payment of 150 million francs as tribute for the expropriated properties as well as the costs of the defeated armies. So when we are saying tribute, we are saying this is a loan. The embargo reduced Haiti to the poster child of debt, poverty, and human misery ever since. However, the United States of America was in similar circumstances when they defeated the British in their War of Independence. The British general warned them that a holy war was about to commence. The colonialists had won this battle, but not the war. In 1832, the Americans recognized the British throne and started paying tribute. That is what brought that war to an end. Can you see a pattern here? Then it was called embargo. Today it is called sanctions, but the effects are the same, devastating. With certain countries, it is all right to fall into serious debt without any consequences. Take the United States, for instance. Many countries who trade with it and have trade surpluses are heavily invested in treasury bills of the American government. The debt itself never becomes due and payable, and Graeber has suggested that this could be a form of tribute payment to America, which is disguised as a loan. Even though America is not an empire, but still countries are paying tribute to it. And why is this so? Well, the first thing is that America has a US dollar, which is the international currency. And back in 1925, at the conference in Genoa, there was an Article 25, which changed the nature of international trade and reduced it to a matter of offsetting what each country owes each from exports. What this means that even today, when South Africa, Zimbabwe, or any other country exports to America, what happens is that the US dollars do not necessarily come to the particular country, but what happens is that the exporter in the exporter in the exporting country receives local currency by the central bank simply printing the equivalent, which is then deposited into that exporter's bank account. The US dollars remain in the American bank account. Interesting, isn't it? Well, this is what we wanted to look at. We wanted to look at the debt nexus, that how did money originate? Money started off as payment or tribute for sacrificial meals, and it started off in the distribution of the sacrificial meal to everyone. But before even that started, there was this debt and credit when there was no money. So we've covered that now. If you like this video, please subscribe and click like. Thank you.